Donald Trump is selling it as a way to boost American manufacturing jobs. His controversial decision proudly defended by the White House.
Because this is a president who doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk too, and he's delivering on his promises to bolster our steel and aluminum industries in this country.
Tariffs on steel and aluminum are doubling from 25% to 50% as of 12:01 a.m. Eastern Wednesday. The change applying to nearly all U.S. trading partners, including Canada. The Canadian trade team spending another day in Washington for closed-door meetings in the hopes of eventually reaching some sort of trade truce. They emerged an hour later with their American counterpart offering up a few smiles for the cameras waiting outside.
I brought Secretary Ludwig to see the Canadian journalist.
Can you come down and talk to us? How does the meeting go?
Of course, I've got to run, but I just came to say hello.
Still, it seems it could be a while before there's a breakthrough.
So we're working it through. It's going to take a bit of time, but we had positive conversations. I think we both came out feeling good.
And every time we have these conversations, I think we deepen our understanding of each other's positions. And I'm hopeful and I'm hopeful that we can get to the best outcome for Canadians.
Canada is just one of dozens of countries trying to cut a trade deal with the Americans. Trump set a deadline of July 9th to reach agreements with most U.S. trading partners.
In the United Kingdom.
The only thing announced so far is a framework for a possible agreement with the U.K., which both countries have tried to frame as a done deal.
This is now turning out, I think, really to be a great deal for both countries.
With pressure mounting, the Trump team recently sent letters to trading partners, demanding they make their best offer by Wednesday, outlining the concessions they're willing to make.
This letter was simply to remind these countries that the deadline is approaching and the president expects good deals.
One exception from the tariff escalation is the UK. Its steel and aluminum tariffs will stay at 25% until their trade agreement is finalized. At that time, the UK expects the rate to go to zero.
So, Katie, while those negotiations are still ongoing, this administration has shown its trade policy can change quickly.
Yeah, the thing to watch for next, is Trump going to back down? His strategy is so erratic, investors have even come up with that phrase TACO, which stands for Trump always chickens out. Will he back off, or might he be even more motivated to stick with it, given that criticism?
Katie Simpson in Washington, thank you. Prime Minister Mark Carney is responding tonight, calling these tariffs unlawful and unjustified, while promising all of the money collected from retaliatory tariffs will go to Canadian workers. And as Nisha Patel shows us, there is concern that aid may be needed sooner rather than later.
Tariffs have already hit Canadian steel producers hard. They say shipments to the U.S. are down 30%. Hiking tariffs to 50% means the damage could get even worse.
We basically consider the U.S. market closed, completely closed, doors slammed shut, if you will, to Canadian steel. So this is our SOS moment, I'm calling it. We need urgent action.
The steel industry employs tens of thousands in cities like Hamilton and Sault Ste. Marie. Nearly 700 workers have been laid off so far.
I expect dramatic acceleration of production level loss and job loss.
More than 90% of Canada's aluminum exports are sent south of the border. While big producers can pass on higher costs, aluminum parts makers are losing business.
Their U.S. exports are going down significantly. Those who kept their exports were basically biting the bullet by cutting their margins.
It's not just raw materials. These tariffs will also be applied to steel and aluminum components in most products. Toronto-based New Age sells garage cabinets and outdoor kitchens. It's trying to absorb some costs to keep U.S. customers.
It's a big jump, but at the same time, we're a very agile company.
The company faced tariffs during the first Trump administration back in 2018. Those lasted about a year.
This has been done in a very quick manner, which is that's the most challenging thing. But it is what it is. You just got to roll with the punches. Everybody's dealing with the same thing.
Some businesses will weather this trade war better than others. It's worth noting the 2018 tariffs were lower, 10% for aluminum, 25% for steel. So this time around, the impact could be much deeper. Nisha Patel, CBC News, Toronto.